Hola raga, how's it going everybody? I hope you're all doing well today. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Italian indirect object pronouns. Now these are very similar to the direct object pronouns, so if you haven't seen the video in which I go over those, I highly recommend you do. I'll have a link for it down below in the description. But just to give you a nice little refresher, in the direct object pronouns video, I gave you this example. Conosci Tom? Do you know Tom? To respond to this using a direct object pronoun, you would say, sì, lo conosco. To say, yes, I know him. Because in Italian, we've got that kind of reversed sort of way of thinking where pronouns tend to precede verbs in situations like this, versus in English, they tend to follow the verb. What this means is, sì, lo conosco. Yes, it is him that I know. Versus in English, we say, yes, I know him. See how it works? So direct object pronouns tend to answer the questions whom or what for us. So if I'm saying, well, do you know Tom? Who are we talking about? Him. So if I want to say I know him, we use a direct object pronoun. Sì, lo conosco. I know him. But indirect object pronouns answer the questions to whom or for whom. And this makes all the difference. So let's say I had this question for you. Puoi scrivere qualcosa a Tom? Can you write something to Tom? That to whom? To Tom. That's very important. So to say, yes, I'll write something to him, or yes, I write something to him, if we're going to keep it all in the present tense, you can say, sì, gli scrivo qualcosa. Sì, gli scrivo qualcosa. Yes, to him, I write something, all right? Now, if you hear this, to him, to someone, it may sound really familiar to what I went over in my How to Say I Like in Italian video, because the verb piacere, which means to like or that something is pleasing, we use indirect object pronouns with that verb, because with indirect object pronouns it's always to someone. And here's a little bit more of what I mean. I'm going to now list out for you all of the Italian indirect object pronouns. The first one is me, so it's exactly the same as the direct object pronoun, but here's where it's different. We're going to use it when we're saying a me, which means to me. Then we've got ti, yet again the same as the direct object pronoun, but ti you can also say a te, to you. Then we've got gli to him, so gli is a lui, to him. Le, which means a lei, to her. Ci, a noi, which means to us. Vi is used like a voi, which means to you guys or you all. And then we've got gli again, and here is when we use it as a loro, which means to them. So whenever we get a little confused with whether we're talking about he or them, if the context doesn't really help us out, like if we've got a really short phrase, it's best just to either say a lui or a loro. But I just want to give you guys tons of examples to see how these work, and even try to do some examples on your own, because with time and practice, this will become a lot easier, and you won't even really think twice about it. You'll know just what sounds right or what looks right. So let's say I asked you, mi puoi portare qualcosa da bere? Can you bring something to me to drink? Or can you bring me something to drink? There we go. Trying to do the translation the way it's written just makes it sound wrong. So right here, mi puoi portare qualcosa da bere? To me, can you bring something? So let's say I wanted to respond. I could say, sì, ti porto qualcosa. Yes, to you, I will bring something. So in both of these phrases, mi porti qualcosa da bere, and also sì, ti porto qualcosa, we're answering the questions to whom, or also for whom. Like, for whom are you bringing something to drink, you know? For you, a te. Now let's take a look at some more examples. This one is, ci dai più tempo, per favore? Ci dai più tempo, per favore? So, to us, you give more time, please. But when it's like this in a question, it actually means in English, can you give us more time, please? Vi chiediamo scusa. Anytime you say in Italian, chiedere scusa, it means to ask for forgiveness, or to essentially apologize. So if I say, vi chiediamo scusa, it means we ask your forgiveness, or you guys' forgiveness. I know that sounds wrong in English, but I talk this way all the time. I should probably figure out the correct way to say it. Point is, though, to you guys or you all, vi, chiediamo, we ask, scusa, forgiveness, or like to be excused. So, to you guys, can we ask forgiveness? And now here's my last example. If I said to you, lui vuole parlare con mia mamma, which means he wants to speak to my mom, and if he doesn't, you can respond by saying, no, non le vuole parlare. Because no, it is not to her that he wants to speak. But here's where this can get a little confusing. We're using the third person singular feminine in an indirect object pronoun, le, because we're saying a lei to her. But then we're also using the third person singular conjugation of the verb volere, so it's vuole. So we're saying that he or she wants. So because vuole is used for he or she, it can get a little confusing when we've got a third person indirect object pronoun and then a third person verb. So whenever you run into situations like this, what you can do instead is change things up a little bit. So you could say instead, no, lui non le vuole parlare. Okay, like this, we're really making it clear that we're talking about him not wanting to talk to her, not that she doesn't want to talk to herself. You see how it can get interpreted that way? Naturally, when someone is saying to you, lui vuole parlare con mia mamma, like, you know, you set it up with that question, putting out there that we're talking about him, or he, rather, but we don't want to have any confusion, right? So in situations like this, we can switch it up a little bit. Here's another way that you could say it. No, lui non vuole parlare con lei. All right, con lei, we've got at the end, with her. So here, there's no doubt that it is he that doesn't want to talk to her. So yet again, all you need is just a lot of time and practice and just do tons of examples of this. There's a lot of examples online, and I have links for 2 websites in the blog post that I wrote for this video. I was reading off of the blog post too, just like I do in all these videos. So if you want to read everything that I said to you guys in this video, I'll have a link down below in the description for the blog post. That way you can see everything written out. I know sometimes seeing things written out like all together instead of seeing the subtitles pop up one by one in a video, they can help a little bit. But pretty much, guys, this is everything I've got for this video today. I really hope that you liked it and learned a lot. Feel free to let me know if you did like it, and always remember to spread the love, guys. I'll catch you all in the next video. Ciao!